Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day, and welcome to this news update from Americans for Limited Government. Let's get right into the latest developments from the New York civil trial against former President Donald Trump. He's actually got some good news. As it turns out, the judge, after yesterday's drama-filled proceedings, said he agrees with a previous court decision from an appellate court. Basically, what they're saying is that a big chunk, we're talking about 80% here, of these so-called fraud cases brought against Trump by New York Attorney General Letitia James are too old to be relevant to the current case. Pretty sweet, huh? So here's the inside scoop. One of Trump's lawyers recently sat down with Eric Bolling on Newsmax TV and spilled the beans about the situation and what it means. Now, if you agree with what we're all about here at Americans for Limited Government, and you question just how fair our justice system really is, then smash the like button and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to Americans for Limited Government on YouTube and Rumble so we can keep up with all the juicy details on the stories that matter to you.
The appellate division has held that almost 80% of this case has already been decided as outside of the bounds of this court. And he was thrilled because the judge on the bench acknowledged it and said that basically the attorney general had, wasted our day going through something that was outside of this scope. So the tax assessment value that was given to Palm Beach County is just a tax assessment. The tax assessment value by the tax county official is just for tax assessment purposes. That is not the same as market value. And this has been conflated by the court. And that was what we argued. And while we were in court today, the tax assessor, the tax officials from Palm Beach County said we're right. It was for tax assessment. It is not the value of Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago is not worth $18 million. Everybody's been saying that. And this is exactly why there never should have been that decision. This is exactly why there never should have been this case. It's absurd. And anybody to say that there is no question of fact that Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million, should really examine themselves. It's absurd.
All right, now let's dig into the important aspect of this whole shebang. The banks that loaned money to Trump's company. These banks have made it clear that they didn't lose a dime and they got paid back in full.
They're more than fine. They made some banks over $100 million in interest. The banks were paid back in full. There was absolutely no defaults, no notices of default. Every loan was paid back and paid back sometimes early. This is a joke. The city of New York is falling apart, and we have an AG attacking Trump from before she was even in office because it's a political ambition of hers. That's why the podium was ready for her. Frankly, I wasn't going to speak outside today, but then I saw that and we said, nope, we're not doing this. So you're making it political and it shouldn't be. And courtrooms really should not be, but they keep becoming that way because he's the leading candidate and they don't know how to stop him without attacking him in the courtroom. They just don't.
Courtrooms.
So there's a lot of folks out there getting real ticked off about these accusations and all the indictments, plus how they're coming after a former president like this. It makes you wonder what they could potentially do to regular folks like you and me, right? Well, thanks a ton for watching. You all are the best. We really appreciate all the love and support we get from you. Make sure to join us again next time for another news update from Americans for Limited Government.